everything New Orleans Pelicans from a fan's perspective. 27 points, 5 rebounds. Welcome to Pelicans Flock Report, where I give you everything New Orleans Pelicans from a fan's perspective. I'm your host, D. Broussard. And like always, man, before I get started, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, the all-new Pelicans Flock Report. Shout out to everybody that's already subscribed, man. I really appreciate y'all. And as long as y'all keep subscribing, I'm going to keep on bringing y'all this content. Why hiring Shammgod could be a home run for the Pelicans. Now, here just recently, we saw on the Pelicans Instagram page both Jeremiah Fears and Derek Queen in the gym working with Shammgod. It looks like they were working on some ball handling skills, working on some shooting drills, and that was a really good sign. That was something good to see, that our two young rookies and our two future superstars were in the gym this offseason working with a guy like Shammgod. Now, if you don't know much about Shammgod was an elite point guard back in the day. He created a move called the Shammgod, which is a dribbling move that you see a lot of current players still using today. And he's well respected around the league. He worked in Dallas and also worked alongside Jamal Mosley in Orlando. And Jamal Mosley decided to bring him here to New Orleans with him as a part of his staff. And I feel like it was definitely a good move for the Pelicans. And part of the main reason why is because his elite player development. Now, Shammgod has helped develop some of the NBA's best ball handlers and scorers, guys like Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, just to name a few. Shammgod, like I said, was a part of the Dallas Mavericks staff during the early years with Luka Doncic, and he helped Luka get better in so many different ways. And it showed on the basketball court with a guy like Shammgod, a part of your coaching staff. And obviously, his experience could be very valuable to our young players, such as guys like Jeremiah Fears, Trey Murphy, and also Derek Queen. Um, and I feel like the Pelicans definitely need more internal development to become a consistent contender. And uh, a guy like Shammgod could definitely be an internal developer. Um, and we definitely need that, man. We definitely need some internal development to be a contender because we want to contend. We definitely tired of losing, tired of being at the bottom of the West. It's time for this team to take a U-turn and finally get back into playoff contention. Now, obviously, Shammgod would definitely be a perfect fit for the young core. Um, the Pelicans are definitely right now for sure. They're definitely building around youth and upside with Jeremiah Fears, Derek Queen, um, Eve Misi, Carlo Makovic, um, Micah Peavy, you know. So we definitely have a young core that needs to continue to develop because I definitely feel like this young core has a lot of potential if it's maximized. And, when you have a guy like Shammgod in the building, it's definitely going to help develop our young core. Um, and like I said, Shammgod's reputation as a teacher aligns perfectly with developing the next generation of talent that the Pelicans have. And he definitely could accelerate the growth of the team's future stars. So that's something that we need. And also, you're definitely going to see improved guard play with a guy like Shammgod in the building. Shammgod himself was an elite point guard. So he definitely um, can help us work on our dribbling skills and not just guard play, like, guys like Jeremiah Fears and DeJounte Murray, but also other ball handlers as well guys like Zion Williamson, Trey Murphy, um, Sadiq Bey, you know, um, Jordan Poole, guys that handle the basketball a lot. I feel like God Shammgod could definitely help them improve their ball handling skills. Um, and of course, decision making. Decision making and creating offense has been an issue for us this past season. Obviously, we were double digits in turnovers during a lot of games this season. So I feel like God Shamgar could definitely help us improve in those areas. Now, Shamgar is widely respected for helping players improve their offensive skills and creativity, and his influence can unlock another level for the New Orleans Pelicans players. So that's definitely a good sign. Now, obviously, you know, Shamgod is coming over with Jamal Mosley and his staff. So you know that Shamgod is gonna definitely complement Jamal Mosley's vision, which Jamal Mosley's vision is pretty much accountability, development, and team culture. And that's one of the things that we really need. We need a team culture. We need an identity. That's been something that we've been lacking over the years. Joe Dumars spoke about it as well, about the team not really having a culture or identity. And I feel like if you're going to become a contender in the NBA today, you definitely have to have a team culture and an identity. You have to know who you are every single night when you step on the basketball court. You have to know what type of team you're going to be night in and night out. So Shamgar, I feel, can definitely help um, complement Jamal Most's vision. Um, Shamgar would definitely add a specialized skill development component uh, to our foundation. And whether it's ball handling, whether it's shooting, decision making, things that each player needs to work on, Shamgar could definitely help each one of our players improve their skills or their flaws in their game. I feel like he definitely can help them improve in a lot of different ways. And also, um, I feel like together with Mosley and Shamgar, I feel like, you know, they definitely can create um, one of the NBA's strongest developmental environments. These two guys together, I feel, can create a good developmental environment. And that's always good when you have young guys in a team that's struggling to find an identity, trying to be a contender. You need a coach and a staff that's going to help a team that's struggling, um, you know, develop a strong environment. So, um, and like always, like I always say, everything always revolves around this guy right here as long as he's in a Pelicans uniform. So I feel like with a guy like God Sham God in the building is definitely gonna help maximize Zion's window. Now, obviously, we have to come to the realization that Zion Williamson is still relatively young. He's only 25 years old. Yes, he's been in the league for a numerous amount of seasons, but Zion is still really young and he's still in the prime of his career. Now, of course, Zion has gotten healthy. He's slim, trim, playing above the rim, like I like to say. And I feel like we're definitely going to see a better Zion going forward. He looks like he's starting to become accountable. He's starting to take a leadership role, in my opinion. And that's what you want to see from your franchise player as an organization. And when you have a guy like God Sham God, um, you know, I feel like the Pelicans um, need to take advantage of uh, every every way that we can compete. We need to take advantage of uh, ways that we can compete while Zion is still in his prime. So while Zion is still in his prime, we have to take advantage of every opportunity that we have to compete. And I feel like, um, adding another respected basketball mind, like a guy like Shammgod, um, is definitely gonna help maximize this roster's potential and also Zion's potential. So I feel like God Shammgod being in the building is definitely gonna help Zion maximize his potential as well. Um, and I would say, lastly, I feel like if the Pelicans want to build a sustainable winner, I feel like God Shammgod would be more about not just about um, flashy dribbling drills, but also it would be an investment in player development, culture, and long-term success for this organization. And I feel like when you have a guy like God Shammgod in the building, you definitely can say that you're gonna see some improvements. So, um, but hey, man, I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Was God Shammgod a good hire, or is he just another guy that's on the coaching staff? Um, I feel like we definitely should see some improvements this upcoming season, especially, ball handling, decision making, things of that nature. All the things that I know God Shammgod specializes in um, with his teaching and his knowledge. I feel like those things are going to be very important to our success going forward this next season. So I'm looking forward to this next season, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. I wish the season was starting tomorrow, man, because I feel like we made a lot of good moves this off season, and I really feel like we're trending in the right direction, man. It's been a long time since I felt this way about my team. Um, obviously, I've been a Pels fan for a long time, even when we were still the New Orleans Hornets. And I feel like we're finally starting to trend in the right direction, man. I feel like from the front office um, to, you know, the coaching staff. It's been talk about renovations to the Smoothie King Center. So I feel like the organization is definitely trending in the right direction, man. And I'm definitely looking forward to everything that's to come uh, over the next couple years, man, as a Pelicans fan. So, um, but that's just my opinion. I mean, some people might feel totally different, but that's just me, man. But like always, man, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, the all new Pelicans Flock Report, where I give you everything New Orleans Pelicans from a fan's perspective. I'm your host, D. Broussard. Make sure you like and subscribe. Turn your notifications on. As long as y'all keep subscribing, I'm gonna keep on bringing y'all this content, man. Go Pels. I'm out.